Hi everyone, welcome to my week 3 version of my Deerfield Beach vacation application. This week I implemented a little bit more on the design side. Last week was kind of a skeleton um, layout of what I wanted to look like. So now you kind of get the full version, almost full version. I still got little kinks here and there to stylize. Um, in brief, this week I focused on two features for my application. I focused on the CRUD feature as well as connecting to an API, a weather API, to give a weather report of Deerfield Beach specifically. So just a recap, my application essentially is to help visitors who are visiting the city of Deerfield Beach, so they can navigate through the directory of different categories and choose what they want to add to their list, so they can um, save a bunch of the either hotels or restaurants, so they can have like almost like a reminder list with information to help them um, with their vacation planning. So let's get started. I'm just gonna go ahead and click here where to stay in the hotels directory, and just as an example, as of right now I am not logged in, and for this application, if you're a guest and you want to, let's say, you like the Wyndham Deerfield Beach Resort and you want to add this trip, well, you can't because you're not logged in, you're not registered, so it gives you the login screen. So I created a new user to show you guys an example. So let me go ahead and type that in. Alright, so now you can see here on the top right corner of the nav bar, plan your trip, the dashboard plan your trip pops up. And last week I didn't have the username showing, so now you can see the username as well. You just had the little drop down. Alright, so either you can visit the plan your trip page, which is pretty much empty. I still need to put in something for new users or people who haven't created a trip yet that says, hey, add a trip or something like that, like a little message. So I'm planning to do that this week with a plugin. So just going back to here, let's go to where to eat, for example. And okay, so Oceans 2, 3, 4 seems interesting, so let's add that to the trip. And now you can see here that Oceans 2, 3, 4 and the phone number of that restaurant is added. I also have to start create like this right here, more info is going to be like a single page where people can I got to create a separate view, so when people click, it just shows that restaurant or that hotel information or anything that's in the list. So I haven't created that part yet, but yeah, this part is pretty bare bones. But so this is the if you will add feature of this application, where people can just go any category and participate in the Duns Run. So they can just keep adding to their list. And like, I just want to hop over to my database really quick so you guys can see it, that it's working. Let's see, plan your trips. So you see that here's a second user, user ID 3. They're all connected. So Deerfield Beach user, Bohululu, and you can see that the ID 3. So another thing, I created like separate tables for each category when they reserved a trip. So you can see here that, for example, the restaurant's user ID 3, which is Bohululu, this is their trip ID. And then here's the restaurant ID that that they have added a restaurant to, and so forth. So, and let me see here, I added an event. So you can see that this user added that event. Okay, going back here. So the next part of this application is to remove. It's very simple. Then you just click remove, and then it's gone. And then we can go back to the database and refresh. Let's see here, event trip, refresh, and now there's nothing in there. No events. And then for restaurant trip, this one is from the other user, so the second restaurant that was here is gone. Okay, let me go ahead and add some stuff back in here so we can have it's not completely empty. Add this too. All right. So another part of this application is the update. So right here, the user has an option to add the dates of travel that they're traveling. So I'm going to go ahead and click edit here, and let's just say June 9th through the 13th, and then you hit update, and now the dates of travel popped up. I still have to like configure, because this is MySQL standard, how it gets saved into the database. So I just have to like kind of convert it so it can look nicer, right? So this week is kind of that kind of mission where I can stylize this page, and as well as, you know, the remove portion. Of course, we want to alert the user that they're removing a certain item. So just a confirmation alert. So they can either click OK, yeah, I do want to remove this, or cancel, I hit it by accident kind of deal. So that is my CRUD feature of this application. Let me go ahead and hop over to the weather report. Alright, so it's just a simple API from the Wonderground weather. So I got their API and just got and put together the kind of information that I wanted to pull from their JSON file. So this is my application. Next week I'm gonna style it a little bit more. I'm gonna add a plugin for the pop-ups, as well as for the plan your trip list, a little plugin where they can share it to their social media networks. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks.